maybe. We're live. We're live. Hello. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm mildly behind the schedule. Let me just change the angle slightly. So I'm a little bit late because, well, my reason is my son skinned his knee and I had to bandage it up before he went to bed. So that's it. This was going to be a build video. There is just no time to film a build video. I'm hoping Billy doesn't rip the laptop off the precarious stack of things that it's currently on, but there is a good chance that can happen. So hopefully I might just move his blanket just so that he can. So one second. Come on, Bill. Come here. And maybe. Here you go. There you go. There you go. There's your bed. All right. There's your bed. Now, can I? No, that's not going to work, is it? I don't know how I'm going to string this up so you can go underneath it. I don't know. Because I bet you don't want to. I have this horrible feeling that it's only going to get worse. What I might do, I might just move the camera, which is going to involve a lot of grunting. So I do apologize. And that is a work email. That's a work email notification. Okay. That's probably a better angle anyway because you see me? Now I can't see a damn thing on the chat, so I'll have to get closer to it. But at least now the cable is along the floor and you can kind of see what I'm going to be doing. Basically, I am working on a dolly for my DeWalt boxes, like this one and like the one the laptop is sitting on. And like the ones I'm waiting 24 days. I have a feeling it's day 24 from Mitre 10. Will they turn up on Wednesday? Who knows? So it's a pretty basic setup. I've actually got a few in the printer room, and if I turn the laptop around, you can see they're pretty simple to make. They're not very hard. Sorry, Blair Witch, but you're used to this kind of camera angle. There you go, down there. So they're there. They're just basically 3 bits of wood. I'm going to try to attempt to use 4 tonight. And and I should also say, if you've seen the CAD video from earlier today, let me just. There it is. It is actually 3D printing right now. So, and Terry's in the house. Hello, Terry. Terry. Yeah, he's still there. So we're all here tonight. Oh, let me put on some illuminations so that it looks like a party. Speaking of parties, I don't think anyone's going to be upset at my noise tonight because there was a party last night. Now, I've got no problem with there being a party last night, but also no one is going to be upset at the little noise from my nailer tonight because there was a party last night. And it's still a Saturday, and it's going to be much quieter than a party. So there we go. What's that? Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. That's just exquisite. Bit of illumination. So the DeWalt boxes, I really like these things. They're very handy for carrying props and things around at conventions, obviously. There's one now that's full of batteries and chargers. There's also one that's full of tools and like an emergency toolkit. Small parts in there are stored in the ones with drawers, and that's why I've ordered another couple. The spare one, I'm thinking it might actually end up being a first aid kit in the van, just so you can have it, because they're really handy boxes. So I've got this one that is empty currently, and it's going to stand in as the dummy for this project. And let's get right to it. I'm going to try to do it with a minimum of power tools and also just go through the things. I'm just watching the dog near the cable. The things that I use on the daily. And hopefully that will be, well, I don't make these every day. God, I'm getting Facebook messages galore. I wonder if they're telling me the live stream's dropped out. 1 second. Oh, no, it's okay. That's fine. I've been checking lots of NBA news. Now, it's funny that it's like really cold at the moment, but it's quite warm in here tonight. So I'm just going to get rid of the second jacket and get started. In case anyone was wondering, yes, I do have Stuntwood here. So Stuntwood has joined us as well for tonight as a special guest who can watch on from up there. All right. Let me move this out of the way and I'll talk you through the process. I'm just going to move that bracket out of the way so I don't trip over. Basically, everything in the workshop is pretty much on wheels. Okay, I'm cutting my head off there. That's probably a good thing. Everything in here is on wheels. The dollies that I've got in there are made of some leftover 12mm ply and 12mm MDF. I didn't have any 12mm ply or 12mm MDF because I can't afford it, but I went through the bin at work and I found this piece of very nicely sanded with some writing on it to say that it was someone's back panel for a project. This was in the scrap bin. So this is 290, which is actually 289mm ply. It's cut at 450mm long. And I just cut that roughly on the radial saw at work before I left on Thursday. I have got some strips of 12mm thick material. Normally, again, it's MDF or ply or whatever I've got that's that thick. What we have at work, can I go get some? I don't really use it a lot, but sometimes it's handy. And if there are ever any nice lengths going in the bin, I usually take them. It's this tongue and groove board. So we get this for the base of our woodworking trays and backs of cabinets and stuff like that. We call it matchboard. I don't know what you might call it where you're from, but it's just that simple tongue and groove. And all we do is, or all I did is ripped off the tongue section, I ripped off the groove section, and then just ripped it down to strips. These ones are 17mm wide. You could probably get away with making them a little bit bigger, but that's all right. These aren't going to be traveling around very far. They're just for wheeling it around on the workshop in a stack, all closed. The drawers have got latches, so that's the gear that I'm using. So they are super simple. The other thing that I'll need is some wheels. All right, so these are the casters that I use. I buy these. I don't have an exclusive setup. I found them one day when I was shopping cheaply. There's the brand name. We have a shop in South Australia, at least, called Cheapest Chips. These are between $2 and $3.50 per wheel. And so I bought 4. I thought I'd bought the $2 ones, but when I got to the register, it turned out they'd moved them and they were in the wrong basket. And these are the $3.50 ones, no big loss. So it's interestingly enough, though, today in South Australia, if you're at my Cheapest Chips, the 65mm wheels are cheaper than the 50mm ones. So there you go. Oh, look, ASMR. Right, so they are handy hardware, swivel caster wheel. They hold up to 50 kilos, more than these boxes are ever going to hold because I have to move them around. And I am a weakling. I'm just going to put that in the bin and we'll crack on. All right. Now I'm kind of umming and ahhing. Do I glue these or do I just nail them? I should probably glue them first. So basically all I'm going to do is just glue them and fix them onto the sides. They're going to capture the side of the box. Then I might put a strip on the front and then I'm going to put some wheels underneath and it's done. It's a really simple project. Should I get some glue? Yeah, go on, get some glue. I can hear the comments now. You don't need to glue it. Let me get some rubbish clamps just to hold my glue bits that I don't need to glue. Is that going to be wide enough? Oh yeah, that'll be nice. That should be plenty. I'll get some glue. See, it's a build along. Ow. I've just tripped over. That's bad. Where's my glue bottle? Oh, I hadn't considered this. It's gone wrong. It's gone off the rails. There it is. I found my bottle of not tight bond. All right, and you can see by this blanket, there's plenty of glue residue left on it, so that's fine. I'm not even really gonna worry about sort of spreading it out. I'm just putting it on there, and if there's squeeze out, there's squeeze out, and if there's not, who cares? Not I. It's one of those weeks where close enough is actually good enough. It's I don't know if your week's going well. It's been a bit of a Another one of those weeks. I don't know whether that's just teaching or not. I don't think I'm getting sick yet because it's not normally report time. But I was always renowned as the guy who always took sick days during report writing time. I think I became known as the guy who never did his reports. Usually, though, I was the guy that just got sick at report writing time. It just seemed to wear down naturally at this time of the year. So I'll just quickly do that. And I'm also going to have to plug in the air compressor, my new super duper quiet one. So let me get a cord for that. I always keep a cord hanging on the side of my drill press table. And I will plug in the compressor. There we go. Air compressor sounds like it's charged. Let's put some glue on here. Hello to anyone that is just started to watch. I hope you're well. All right. And I almost forgot, if you have not got along, to check out Language Learning for Beginners. Do yourself a boral paver and check out that channel. Language Learning for Beginners, Language Learning for Beginners, Language Learning for Beginners. There you go. I'm not contractually obliged to say it. I just think it's a good channel. That's nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna. Did that knock that down further? No, it didn't. Let me try again. Let me see if I can just. I just want this down more flusher. More flusher with down there. Come on, hold, you beggar. There we go. Nice. All right. That looks pretty okay to me. There's the progress so far. Looking good, right? Why haven't I cut these? Product placement. No, it's actually got nothing to do with that. It's because I'm lazy. Brad Nailer, and all other nailers, no matter what their names are. I should probably try this, but learn as you do. Try by doing. Learn by doing. Try as you go. That's the one. By the way, are they shooting through the base? No, we're in good shape. Okay. One over here somewhere. I just want to be careful because there's my nice quiet compressor kicking in. But that's it for the bread nails. They're done. Interesting turn of events last night, though, with the party happening. Or I should say, there was a party last night, as I have already mentioned. When I was a primary school teacher, it never dawned on me that I would ever need to worry about my students going to a party because they were all, between, 7 and 11 years old. Now, I'm a high school teacher, and there are high school students that go to my school that live on my street. When they go to a party, I do start to get nervous at what might happen. So, but seems like everyone had a good time and everyone was well behaved and everyone just had some good, clean fun, which is nice, isn't it? It's a good thing. Now, we get a different clamp. I have a feeling does anyone else have a rubbish clamp that they never realise it's a rubbish clamp until they're in the middle of a glue up, and they go, this clamp's rubbish, and they use it anyway, and then they realise later they probably shouldn't have. I think that's this clamp, but I'm not sure. Right, so I'm going to take my rubbish clamp and my flush trim saw, and I'm going to attempt to flush cut these pieces. Oh no, I might need the brad nailer once more. I've just realised. That'll do. I need a saw. Never mind, this'll do. Sorry, back to the camera. asking a bit much of this saw. And I should never do that because I cut myself on this all the time. All right. There we go. One base. The box should now sit on there. Let me just, I said the word sit. The dog went, what? No, not you, Bill. You're okay. All right. So the box should sit. Basically sits in there. On there like that. Now what I'm going to do is I want a piece to go in here. And I'm going to use one of the offcuts to do that. And I'm just going to roughly line it up and stick it on. Because, well, I can. So here's an offcut. Which offcut's longer? Oh, that one's got a knobbly bit on it. So this one is. I think I'll just line it up with the front. I think that will be nice. And I'll just sort of equidistant, or just make it even, as my dad would say. He wouldn't. He'd say equidistant because he's actually a very smart man. Smarter than I am. But being smarter than me is not difficult. I am still trying to find my thing in the world. I wish I knew what it was. It would make life a lot easier. You know, that thing that people are just really good at? I am not sure. So I'll do this until I find out. Now I could probably just hold it for a minute. I wished I'd gotten to wood dust or the Aussie maker meetup. There's no way I can get there. Oh, look at that. By chance, I am holding the logo of my employer toward me so no one can see who it is. And I've got that around the wrong way. Just love when glue is still wet and it sort of wants to squirm around. I'm kind of hoping my thing is winning the lottery. How good would that be? I could go around the corner and buy that yellow Mark II Escort. And just sort of one there. Done. All right, away with you. There we go. So I got a little ledge on the front. Now to put some wheels on it. And Bob's your father's brother. So now the issue I have with wheels is that I have lost all my screws that are small, which is going to be a pain in the backside, but don't worry, something will happen. What I did is I went through, I haven't lost them. I think being a sort of maker in my spare time, because I'm hoping that's my thing, I took a lot of my own stuff to work to try and help students finish their projects, and I've left a lot of it there. And I think among those things are my little boxes of small screws, because they're doing a lot of small boxes with hinges and catches and things. So, plus I have a very, very desperately important box to make. The one I clamped up last week, I unclamped it, and it was totally out of square. So I've had to scrap it and start again, which is probably not what my bosses want to hear. See, I've got screws, but are they going to fall through, or are they going to hang on? I might have to go with slightly bigger screws and some washers, but that's okay. Life goes on. Are they gonna? Is that? Well, I have a feeling they're going to pull through, but they're clamping that way. If I have to, I've got washers. All right. I don't think there's anyone in the chat anyway. There is no chat. People might be commenting, but they're not in the chat. If you want to be in the chat, you have to be signed up and signed in. So I will switch to my two favorite tools. What is your favorite tool in the workshop? If you have a workshop or shed or a garage or a car hole or wherever you go to produce things, what is your favorite tool? I mean, it might be like you. I was talking to someone about cooking because I'm not a very good cook. Like, I can apply heat to things, but I have a lot of trouble getting different things ready at the same time. You know, I can definitely apply heat, but can it all be prepared and out in a timely fashion? And usually for me, the answer is no. What I'm going to have to end up doing is using some long screws in wherever the side panels are, and then some short screws where it's only going through the 19mm pine. I think that will be my saving grace. So let me have a look for some more of them. I might need to even get a different. Oh, look, there's a pocket screw. Oh, there's another one. There, I was handy. Oh, there's a plasterboard screw. I mean, they're just made of crap that you've got lying around, aren't they? That's the point. I just got to get a square drive. Robertson. An Oscar. I do have a. Is that one there? Yeah, there's a nice long one. An Irwin. An Irwin R. Shyster. Remember IRS? Any WWF fans? Irwin R. Shyster. I have a feeling that is not going to be a good hole. Let's see. I might try and sort of skew that one that way and just sort of do the... Nope, the finger poke of doom survived. It did not poke through the front. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about the Maker's Empire software. It just doesn't work the way that I'm used to CAD programs working. Oh, Billy, don't join in. No. See, he's trying to get himself kicked out. See, he's a good guard dog, aren't you, Bill? No, they're no good. Oh, there's one. Well, that's a keeper. All right, square drive. I've only got 4 to go. 5 to go. And I've only got 4 screws. Yay. All right. And then we'll find something for the others to drive into. I don't know what. I should put some music on. And congratulations to Language Learning for Beginners on your marvelous milestone of 400 subscribers. I'm very, very, I don't want to say proud of you because that would sound a bit condescending. I'm very happy for you. That is an amazing achievement. You know, you've got to respect. Pay the mad respect. It would be really nice if I could do this without splitting the wood. Oh, hello, there's words. Hang on. What do the words say? Hey, Sammy. Today, it's a multi-tool. Yeah, well, cutting a spar up with a multi-tool. You are... Only hope it wasn't just hours of because I can bet that would not be nice. All right, there's a small one. Oh, it's the wrong bloomin' drive. Right, now I'm going to swap over. Here we go. That's a good one. Beautiful. All right. Now I've got to be very careful to not drill too far through. All right. Do all these at the same time. And then I just on a scavenger. I should do that joke that I do with Mike Myers, you know, where he starts saying something really important and then he just... Then when the noise stops, you don't realize what he said. Sammy, surely you got something better to do. All right, screws. Screw, my kingdom for a screw. Make your own jokes. Is this going to be an... Oh, no. I don't reckon it is. I don't know. Do I put a washer on? For God's sake, put something on. See, that's gonna poke through. That's knee good. Let's try that. I think that's probably too long, but we'll see. Do I feel it? Oh no, I can feel it with my finger. This is just going to be a hodgepodge of screws. I'll just check. Nope. That's not a screw, it's a machine screw. I don't care what kind of screw it is, you're under arrest. Why do you pulse the drill like that? Because I like it and it's a screwdriver. That just doesn't feel so satisfying to me. You know, I want to get maximum satisfaction out of doing this job because it's going to be done in a couple of seconds. To me, that is nowhere near as satisfying as doing this, as going... Ooh. Right. There we go. Whoa, look at that. A thing. I could stand on it probably. Should I stand on it? Ready? I'm going to stand on it. Far out. I'm on it. I'm standing. It doesn't look like I am, but I am. I am standing on it. There we go. And so now, I'll move them out of the way. Now that that is a thing and didn't break, then the boxes will just sort of, hopefully, sort of neatly just sort of engage like that. And it just makes it handier for moving them around the workshop. To be fair, it really does. Like, even if I did it, sometimes I wonder whether I should have gone and done it like that so it pushes back. But because they've got a tendency to be grabbed from the front, you don't want the thing to tip up. So putting it that way was my preference. There you go. So that's one done, and that can now add, because what happens is I had the proper DeWalt one. I've got it over there, but they're like $100 and something each. I can't afford that. I'm poor. I don't get any ad revenue. I've got no sponsorship. Today it's more to. Had to watch The Master at work. Then you're on the wrong channel, man. You're on the wrong channel. What else? See, this is, I think every time Matt at work talks about, because I say I've got my screws organized, all I mean is I've got a wall of boxes that's full of screws and nuts and bolts and nails, but that's about it. Like, if you told me you need a specific kind of screw, I might be able to find it, but I doubt it. But yeah, CAD video for the sheet goods carrier done in Maker's Empire. It just operates differently to all other CAD software that I've used. It's kind of, I have to be really, really careful because they've been very nice. And, they were very nice and they gave us a 3D printer and they're sponsoring this project and they've given us free access to their software, which you would normally pay for. The workaround I found that worked best with it was kind of treating it not like Tinkercad where you import whole shapes, but actually treating it like something like Autodesk where we just import flat shapes, sort of merge them together to create a profile. So your flat shape, make all your cuts and stuff, then extrude it out, and then make any cuts for holes and things that you need from there. But yeah, it's we have also seen like a sneak peek at a version of Maker's Empire that is sketch based, and that thing is amazing. I think that will be the key for kids to learn CAD in a sketch-based environment, but I don't think it's out yet. It looked sensational from what I saw, and I'm really excited to see it. But you work with what you got, and trying to explain it to kids that have only had an experience with Tinkercad, and some of them haven't had that, is a bit of a challenge. So I've made the video, so hopefully they can get the idea of how to think their way around the problems, and hopefully my solutions make some kind of sense to them. So in the meantime, that's how long did that take? That was over well sooner than I thought it would be. I don't know what else. What else do you want to see? It's like, ask me anything. I'm bored. I'll talk. I don't know. Maybe have I got any interesting stuff? Let's see what arrived. It's interesting. I'll try and do a demonstration of BB-8's head. How's that? It's not in a dirty way. Goodness sake, Sam. All right. So here's BB-8's body, and this is the little armature that goes inside. And it's got a battery pack on it, a little Bluetooth module, and then the top clicks on, and then his head should. There you go. So it's hard to sort of tell, but it's magnetically now holding there through the power of magnets, which is good. What else have we got? Definitely the rollers made a huge difference, Matt. There we go. I'll move these out of the way, and I'll put BB-8 back before he falls off and smashes my cry. The only thing I worry about, Matt, is that the rollers and bearings you gave me, or the rollers you gave me, have got really nice bearings in them. They've got, but these ones, these are the ones that came out, and they're quite crappy. I mean, I remember if you saw bearings like this with the silver seal, they were shit. If you're into skateboard, so the Phil Spector wall of sound, but different. Yeah, it is. It's a wall of disorganization. They were absolutely chock full of junk. They don't feel particularly out of round, but I suppose my fingers probably wouldn't detect it. They certainly did look rough. So my new ones came, but to my dismay, because I need to give you some back, they're the same crappy ones that came out of it. So now I'm half thinking, oh gee, should I take yours back and give you your 3 back, or will you be happy to receive 3 of them tomorrow? Whichever you're comfortable with, I will certainly do. So I got some more rollers because I'm sure that they'll need to be done. And just, this is a print immediately after. So this is it immediately after. Now, if I just sort of spin it around on this top, you can see that's just a seam where the head was starting and stopping on that line and made a whole line all the way along. But that's much, much better. And then if I go to this one, you can see that spot there where it was something was binding and it just wasn't flat. It sort of looked all right, and then again there's that seam where it was start and stop, and there's that wobble again. So much better. That's the underside of BB-8's head for the next one. Where's the next ball? The next ball's over here. So this one has been sanded to, it was sanded just with a block dry at 120. Then I wet sanded it to 180, and I've just been throwing, I actually filed it. I got a quarter cut bastard and filed all the support material off, and you can still see some residual support stuff there. All right, some hollows to fill in. But I'm just going to keep sanding it at the moment and try and fill it with as much spray putty as I can. Here's the St. Armalite. I'm so sorry. Here it is. here's what it starts to look like just after the initial sanding passes. So this is filed on the top there to remove that support material, block sanded to 120, then wet sanded to 180, and just to sort of scuff it up, try and sand as much of the 3D print material off, but because it's PETG, it sands quite well. And then I'll obviously wash that off because there's still a lot of dust on it. Wash that off and then start hitting that with coats of primer and spray putty. And it'll be mostly around here that all my filling needs to be. So I might even put some spray putty on it first, give it a couple of days to go off, then hit that with some blade putty. But I'm trying to get some actual blade putty because that other gear just seems to want to melt whatever I put on this. So it's a bit strange, and it's quite hard to sand back. It's not easy sanding stuff, the gear I've got. So maybe I just bought the wrong stuff. But yeah, that's it. What else has gone on apart from the dog barking a lot? What do we get? We were given a Bissell carpet washer. So Scott and I have been spending the day tidying that up. And then to cap it all off, last Saturday, he was driving around, and outside the scrap metal place, which is near a soccer club, there's two scrap metal places. Well, there's more than that, but there's two that sort of take stuff in when people dump it outside. One's got a skip outside and one doesn't. Outside the one that doesn't have a skip, he found most of a lawnmower that is an Electrolux lawnmower. So it's the same as his Barry lawnmower. So we've grabbed that to use for parts. And the hope is that the one that we've got that shakes to buggery, we're hoping maybe the blade carrier off of the new one that we've just got will adapt onto the engine and we can transplant the engine onto the other base. Or if worst case, if that doesn't work, we can transplant the blade carrier into the one that we've got. But the base on that one's pretty rusty. So project's ahead, but it's getting bloody cold. What else? It was Mrs. Fake Maker's birthday during the week, and of course it's Aussie Matt's birthday. Was it Thursday? Thursday was Aussie Matt's birthday. So hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow, and I must remember to bring the other part of your present because I gave you one part the other day, and I actually totally forgot that I had this other bit. So wait for tomorrow, and I hope to catch you and bring you the other half of the of your gift. Shall we check how progress is going on the 3D print? This is with the filament that this is the filament that is renowned for being terrible. So apparently it doesn't release well from build plates, but the printer that it's supplied with is the FlashForge Adventurer 4, which has got a build surface but on a spring steel plate, and I think it doesn't flex enough to release very well. You know, spring steel almost doesn't need build tack on it. It probably just needs to be a spring steel plate. But this one, on the other hand, the tempered glass has obviously now... Remember back in the days, Matt, where we used to clean the bed after every print? Well, this one has not been cleaned or leveled in a good couple of months, and now prints are not sticking, and adding more glue hasn't helped. So it's obviously time to clean it and level it again. So that's probably the job for tomorrow because it'll be too noisy in the house. Let me just go get the laptop stand. Hold on. And I'll precariously balance you there, and you can look at the wares. One moment. I just need to move stuff so I can set you up in a sort of perfect match style setting. But I have got crap on the workbench, I know. Who'd have thought? One moment. Here we go. Going up. It's a crotch shot. All right. Set you back there. That'll set you back $1. All right, I'll just throw the jacket in there. Try not to turn the printer on and make it catch fire. What else have we got? I've printed this. I was looking for a concave surface sanding tool. The closest I could find, at least for detail sanding, was this. So it's you put a strip of sandpaper around both ends, get tucked in there with a bolt sticking through, and a captive nut that tightens on the back through there, and you've got sort of a block sanding and a concave sanding disc for inside BB-8. But probably more than that, it's probably better to just have a small detail sanding block for the outside. Printed in PETG, so hopefully it won't melt when it gets hot. What else? LiFo bags arrived. Yay. So these are Banggood LiFo bags. They arrived. Oh, we should update the calendar. Shouldn't we? We should update the calendar of stuff. The calendar of stuff that is not my DeWalt boxes, which has arrived. Here we go. One moment. Let's see. Are we up to May? Here we are. Here they are. Now, you know what I'm going to put on there? I'm going to put on the expected delivery date. Now, they did say it could come Monday. And I said, yeah, not likely, but maybe. Maybe. Probably not. Oh, Matt, and I've got one of your wheels that I can actually give back because I only use 3, not 4. So I can give you one nice one back and 3 rubbish ones. So here we go. We'll add to the calendar. It's like doing reading. Here we are, children. Now, who can tell me what day the boxes were meant to arrive? That's right, children. It was the 8th of May. Well done. No, so there we go. We had contact on the 26th, and they said Wednesday, the 31st. That would be day 30. Right, so here we go. Boxes, DeWalt boxes due. I'm almost tempted to order another set just to see how long they would take this time. Whether anyone would go, oh, geez, shit, we better make sure they actually arrive. So there we go. There they are. They've arrived. Now, in the meantime, I ordered shirts. Now, I ordered shirts on Friday. I'm getting Friday the 19th, which is getting quite busy, Friday the 19th. But it was the day that my Doctor Who Blu-ray came and my other T-stacks were delivered. So I'm going to have to try and write shirts, and hopefully it won't look like shits. Shirts ordered. Basically, I ordered shirts, so I have 5 or 7 shirts now that I can wear to work that just have the logo and my name embroidered on them. I don't have to worry about forgetting my name badge. I also don't have to worry about my name badge falling into a machine. And I just pick, a pair of shirts and a pair of shirts, a shirt and a pair of pants every day, and I don't have to care what I wear to work, because that's one less thing that I actually want to think about. So they were ordered on the Friday and they were delivered on the Wednesday. They were delivered on the 23rd. Shirts delivered, and that's so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 days delivered to me via the far inferior person-to-person postage system. Like corporate freight is friggin', that's the best kind. That's meant to be the best, most efficient system out there. So there we go. And then I also think on Saturday, I ordered some 3D printer parts. And they were from AliExpress. So these have actually come from overseas. And they arrived on... they also arrived on Thursday. So that is 5 days international. So what I'm going to do when they arrive, maybe I should send Mitre 10 a chart, how long it takes for your stuff to arrive. I don't know. Maybe I'll have an unboxing of the chart, a revealing of the chart with just like a bar graph of how long it takes for stuff to arrive. Because that would make James Finger happy. Oh my gosh, I've just realized something that I need to do on that stand out there. Printer parts arrived. 5 days. So I better finish off with that because James Finger will not forgive me for not taking the opportunity. So I'm sorry, we're moving again. Oh, that's an unnerving. That sounds like a work email. So I had a thing happen on Friday where I had to issue a consequence to some students. And I'm actually quite nervous about what the blowback from that will be. Not because the consequence was unfair, but just because I issued a consequence and, people think that I don't do that. And so when I do that, then people think, oh my gosh, it must have been terrible. But it's about safety in the workshop. And if you've worked in an industrial setting, James Finger, champ for all the things. If you've worked in an industrial setting, you can't risk people being unsafe in a workshop. You just can't. And if people are, then generally the penalty for that is, they would usually undergo some kind of like awareness safety training before coming back, wouldn't they? That's just what they would do. I'm just chamfering all the things for James Finger and this will also let James know why I need a different plane, because this is rubbish, this plane. But there you go. It's nothing special. It's just a plain one. It's nothing fancy. I'm just putting a mild chamfer on because that'll help the boxes to drop down, won't it? Hashtag chamfer all the things. There we go. Oh, there you go. That's proof I was chamfering all the things. I took the knot off. There we go. Never mind. There we go. There you are, James. I'm good. That is now the James Finger damage. In fact, I'm going to name it. Hold on. I'm getting a pen. This is the James Finger commemorative knot from chamfering all the things. Where's a rag? Here we go. I don't want to wreck my Sharpie. God knows you can't buy these for 35 cents at Kmart when you buy 29,000 of them. All right, this is here we go. This is the James Finger commemorative If you watch it in the week, there you go. There's a little Easter egg for you, James. That's for buying all that Makita stuff and bragging about it on social media. Because I could buy lots of Makita stuff here, and that would just make Mitre 10 very happy. So they don't want to sell me any DeWalt stuff. They don't like it. But that's okay. What else arrived? I got nozzles. 3D printer, some more nozzles for the printer. And yeah. So there we go. That's I'm going to put some boxes on that now because I have got a big stack of them over there and I'm expecting more to arrive in the week. So now I'll turn you around so you can see. Turn around. Can Can you see back there? Oh, you can sort of see there. There's my tool charging wall. So I'm going to put that one back up in this 3D printed holder. Put that one on charge. And because I'm right-handed, any batteries that are over on the right are the ones that are charged. And then, unfortunately, the Azeto ones are like buried behind the Dalek. So when all the ones that are charged just go on the rack, and all the ones that are not charged just go on there. So that's about going to be it from me. I really don't have any specific channel recommendations this week. I have gotten really into technology connections. That's been a good one. I've watched a bit of Maker's Muse this week because of 3D printer repairs and stuff like that. But no, my channel recommendations are obviously Aussie Matt with this fantastic Scudder build. So if you're a fan of Red Dwarf, get in and have a look at that. Language learning for beginners. And yeah, that'll do it from me, I think, from the shed, because I'm going to go in and, I don't know, watch telly or something. So thanks for watching, and till next time, keep your bananas where you can see them. Bye. Awkward moment.